Very well. Let this abomination unto the Lord begin.
I always find the point. It's usually when we come in on the weirdest, like, non sequitur. Like, I don't know what an example. Just like Dave screaming, like, "Fuck you! Matchbox cars are cool," or something.
Thank God you didn't say Matchbox 20.
Yeah, that's exactly where I thought that you were going as well.
Really? Both of you thought Matchbox 20?
Yeah. Wait, what was their What was like their hit?
It was that Santana song, right?
Well, there was something before that. It's not.
The one that sounded like Gin Blossoms for worse.
Oh, okay.
Worse than the Gin Blossoms. Wow.
Hey, at least the Gin Blossoms had that one video that like found missing children or something, didn't they?
No, that was Runaway Train.
Yeah.
Song.
Who is that? That's not the Gin Blossoms?
It was not there.
That's
think of that.
Goo Goo Dolls, right?
No.
They were like, I feel like that was like a one-hit wonder song.
Okay.
Goo Goo Dolls.
Not. Well, while we all think about that, let me take a moment to say hello to our guest, Justin Arawjo, neighbor and person who does Fennec design.
You guys?
Hey.
And the band Weird Gear. And we're stoked to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, we talked about this a little bit before, but for our listeners, what is Fennec Design?
It's a design and print company. We do clothing, jewelry, home goods, art prints, stuff, all kinds of stuff, primarily screen printing.
Alright. You've been doing that for, you said, what, like 5 years now that's been going on?
Yeah, we've been doing it full time for 5 years. It's my wife and I. We've both been doing art for a lot longer than that, and selling in various capacities. But it's been our full time occupation for the last 5.
And you're just based out of Harrisburg, right here.
Correct.
Yeah, that's awesome. And of course, as we know, you have a studio at Millworks. Everyone should go check it out.
Yep.
I'm sure
good beer, good food.
I mean, if you've been to Millworks, I feel like you've seen the art by Fennec Design because it's kind of all over the place, especially like what is that like little retail area downstairs?
Yeah, the little like gallery shop.
Yeah. Like I mean, before I ever knew you or met you, I've seen like the shirt designs, jewelry and stuff, and I was on.
So speaking from the perspective of someone who hosts a podcast that yields zero fiduciary return, how do you make a living off of this shit? You've been trying to figure it out.
If you're fishing for sponsorship, I'm sorry.
Damn it.
Well, you can leave.
We need a sponsor. That was kind of slick if that's what you were trying to do next.
That it is now. But
if you're fishing for a segue into asking for a sponsorship, I got you covered.
But so what has your history been with Futurama? Because you're Mike's neighbor, but I don't know that we've really talked about Futurama before.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of it. I'm really a Simpsons guy.
Also good.
I've seen every Simpsons episode a dozen times, and so obviously I have that interest in anything from graining. And I don't know, for whatever reason I didn't watch a lot of Futurama when it was on, but when I hit Netflix I kind of got caught up, and I've seen probably most of the episodes.
I was thinking about it kind of this week, how have you heard of all of the swirl that is going on with Rick and Morty right now?
What do you mean?
Like, Rick and Morty is like such a heavily cultural show at this point.
Yeah.
And
it's in the zeitgeist.
That's a very good vocabulary, Michael.
I was guessing that was correct.
But like, I was thinking that, like, Futurama was way before its time. Rick and Morty would not exist if Futurama hadn't been made.
Sure.
Rick and Morty.
But like, and the Simpsons are kind of the same way, where that came around at a time where that show needed to be done, and that's why it got as big as it did. Rick and Morty is the same way now. It's kind of what The Simpsons was in like 90, 91, when it was kind of a little, like just getting past like Bart Fever and just like blowing up as a show. But Futurama, it came about way too early. Like no one was ready for it in like '99.
High concept, sci-fi.
Yeah.
Does anybody know what year Comedy Central started? Because I kind of think, or fuck, I'm an idiot. It didn't go to Comedy Central.
Well, it's
Ignore.
2010, I want to say, it came to Comedy Central.
Yeah, okay.
But again, that was the second run of the series. Like how Family Guy got brought back so many different times.
Yeah, no, I think that is interesting that you mentioned Rick and Morty, because I was thinking about it when I was thinking about Futurama and how it really is the proto Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
That they have these high concept sci-fi plots, and I wonder if its failure to take off versus Rick and Morty's insane popularity has to do with just in general the availability of the internet and the sort of mass culture aspect of nerd culture now.
Oh yeah.
And how there are message boards and there are fan sites and there's all this social media, and it's easier to find people that share your interests, and it's okay to be a little more quote unquote geeky about things.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if when I was in high school and Futurama was out, I could have walked up and said, oh, you know how they did that brain switching thing, and it was really interesting because of the probability mathematics. Like,
yeah.
And you'd look at me like I was an asshole. But now you can put that on the internet, and 99 people out of 100 will look at you like you're an asshole, but you'll find that one person that's like, oh yeah, that's awesome.
If I was gonna equate it with something, I would say Twin Peaks, because that was another show that and they just brought it back recently. I haven't watched the new run that they did.
Pretty great and also super frustrating.
Yeah. But it's another one of those shows that it's very high concept. It's kind of tough to get into. But again, it was before its time. Like, how many shows now can you watch? I just finished the second season of Stranger Things, and that is so heavily influenced by Twin Peaks. It's just a matter of catching the zeitgeist at the right time. And that was, if anything, I would say that was Futurama's big flaw. Was just it was way too soon.
Yeah, you think about those game changer shows, you think about The Simpsons,
yeah.
The Simpsons in a way could have been before its time. It was unlike anything that was on TV. It would have changed the whole landscape of comedy, of sitcoms, and what is that thing that makes it, and I guess it's just timing, that makes something take off and be called a phenomenon versus a game.
Yeah.
I think that Futurama sort of did also have an issue with regards to at least speaking from personal experience, and we've spoken about this on the podcast before, but I remember when Futurama first came out, and I thought I knew that it was made by the same people as The Simpsons, but I just saw it as sort of a cash grab or a sort of a ripoff.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch it for many years until after it came out, and I wouldn't be surprised if other people felt similarly at the time. Obviously, it's picked up and gotten much more popular with the advent of streaming and that, but I know that when it first came out, I didn't care. I thought it was, I don't know why I thought it was stupid, but I did think.
I have come to respect that position more as we have done this show, because I think, as I've mentioned before, I was 9 years old when Futurama started.
You're a baby. I always forget about this.
And I never crossed my mind. It was just I like The Simpsons. This is more of this thing that I like. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Eventually, to realize that just this isn't more of The Simpsons. The rest of my family doesn't like this, so we'll watch The Simpsons together, and then I have to go to the basement to watch Futurama.
So wait, how old were you when you saw your first Futurama episode?
I was 9. I remember watching the pilots.
I was probably 20.
Yeah.
What year did Futurama come out?
99.
Yeah.
I think I want to say spring '99.
16. You were born in 90?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Prime of my youth, motherfuckers.
Well, in a way, I would say you're lucky.
Yeah, you had that lack of cynicism.
Yeah, absolutely.
Advantage James. Well, we should do the synopsis before we get too much further into this.
Yeah,
I feel like we've had a very...
We should probably talk about the movie that we just watched at some point.
Well, we've been having a very lofty discussion about the nature of the cultural zeitgeist so far. So let's really dumb that down. Who has some fart jokes?
I like that we've said the word zeitgeist now 4 times in this episode.
I also like that you said the word zeitgeist and the word fart joke in the same sentence. So I think that's a nice equalizing kind of bridge.
That is the medium that this podcast strives for. We're high and low art. Also, we're not art.
When should I just, give me like a nod or a wink when I should bust out my Andrew Dice Clay impression?
If you want to go for that now.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm not drunk enough yet.
Well, we are here today to talk about the
It
first
sounds
half
like
of
a
Bender's
fucking
game.
wedding or something. We are here today to...
We are gathered!
Yeah.
Before we move on, I just would like to say that it probably will be appropriate because there's a lot about dice in this week's episode.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'm surprised they didn't include an Andrew Dice Clay.
True.
You roll the die.
Hey, you roll the die!
Oh, it's a 7.
Okay, for some reason on like the past 3 episodes, not for some reason, it's because somebody fucking gave me the movie, what is it, something, The Adventures of Ford Fairlane, starring Andrew Dice Clay. And I only watched the first 10 minutes of it, but it's incredible. But ever since then I've been doing an impression, and it's fucking terrible.
We all have our own, stable of people that we do impressions of.
Yeah.
I think Dave's, most infamous one is Julia Child.
Correct.
Which is really just a manly Mrs. Doubtfire.
I really hope that just as he walks in the door. Yes. Yeah.
Today we're going to make the rum ham.
I used to have a college radio show, and I had a friend who did terrible impressions, but he did good impressions, and I would love to bring him on.
Yeah.
And have, Dear Arnold, and he'd be like, hello. I am Arnold. I will give you muscles.
That didn't sound too bad.
No,
So you're not really representing him properly because that was not
the problem
bad.
is I have a good Arnold impression,
Yeah,
and I'm trying to
Yeah.
bring it down to the floor.
Oh, we so have to do this.
Yeah.
Bring him in for part 2.
I'm going to close the front window.
All right, but getting into the actual episode now, our synopsis for Bender's Game Part 1. After an intergalactic demolition derby, the professor has confiscated the keys to the Planet Express ship and fitted Leela with a shock collar to help control her rage. Meanwhile, Bender has lost his sanity after becoming engrossed in a Dungeons & Dragons game. Worlds collide when Mom attempts to steal the control source for all of the universe's dark matter, and the entire crew is thrust into a magical realm inspired by Bender's own fantasy.
Right.
So, did we miss anything in there? Obviously that's just part of the episode, and Michael has left.
Yeah, that's alright.
Alright. So what was your impression going into this episode at the start?
Yeah, well, I'd never seen this.
Yeah, this is your first time watching this?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Well, this movie.
Okay.
I have seen Feature.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I know the concept of the show, that there's a lot of pretty self-encapsulated episodes usually with some sort of Star Trek-esque adventure, and I didn't necessarily anticipate the travel to the fantasy world. I noticed the Dungeons and Dragons plot line, and it seems like a pretty clear reference to that. Have either of you ever seen that Tom Hanks movie? There's an 80s movie,
Mazes and Monsters,
where it was a pretty clear reference to that, where
I've never even heard of it.
he's a college student who gets obsessed with Dungeons and Dragons and believes he's in the world.
Huh.
It's the height of that satanic panic.
It's, I think, Tom Hanks' first film role.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
He was seriously still a teenager when he did this. But it was like basically a public service announcement. Don't let your... It was part of the whole like satanic panic of the 80s.
Really? It was,
Don't let your kids get involved in Dungeons and Dragons or they're gonna stab your cat or something.
I remember when I was a little kid, I thought Dungeons and Dragons was like really scary because that was the whole like, I don't know, story around it.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know if you've ever played, but I recently started playing with a group like a year ago. And it's super fun, but I feel like if I'd ever actually tried to play it when I was 8 years old, that would have been like, this isn't insane, this is bad.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
Okay. I've never played it.
I have not played tabletop Dungeons and Dragons. I played the video games, like online, but I've had within the past like couple of years probably like a half dozen different friends that are trying to get a Dungeons and Dragons group going, and it never fucking pans out.
Yeah,
like
I feel like more like adults are getting into it, or rediscovering it, or discovering it for the first time.
I would love to do it, but again, I am busy and lazy.
Yeah, yeah.
So wait, I was going to the bathroom, but have you seen the movie before?
I've seen clips of it.
Okay.
I've never seen the whole thing.
Got it.
I've seen horrendous clips.
Yeah.
It's worth looking up if you want to look it up.
Oh, I meant Futurama the movie.
Oh,
no, this movie.
I
I'm
thought
sorry.
you were talking
No,
about,
I'm sorry. Mazes and Magic.
I thought we were just going to talk about movies and monsters the rest of the show.
Well, this has been a Tom Hanks podcast now,
Yeah.
so...
Oh yeah, but no, I've never seen the movie, so.
Oh, okay.
How about that David Pumpkins?
For the record.
Well, it's interesting though because you obviously you said you have seen a lot of Futurama,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know that we've ever had anybody as a guest on the show who has like a pretty solid background of the show but hasn't seen the episode.
All right.
Doesn't watch it.
All right.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a unique point of view for that reason, or I'm just a guy that hasn't seen something.
Yeah, I
But
know
no,
it
was fun.
I guess we'll find out. But
Came to it with no preconceptions.
yeah, well, you know the characters, and
Mm-hmm.
because
Well, I think in a thing like this, it's like a movie that comes out after a number of seasons. Like it's assuming you have a certain knowledge of the characters, and like especially when they go to the fantasy world and their character personas are a lot of ripping off of their regular show personas, and I feel like if you don't know characters, something like this comes off as funny.
that's a very good point. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll get to the point where we talk about all of their fantasy world personas. I have a lot of issues with that.
Well, that'll be for next episode.
That'll be part 2.
For
But
now, we haven't even started talking about the episode, really. I mean, Leela wants to be in a demolition derby with the Planet Express.
not even
ship.
so much that she wants to, but Rednecks insulted them.
She has to.
Exactly. Yes.
Rednecks!
Yes, she is furious.
That's how I act every time I go to Perry County. I lean my head out of the window of my Impala and I go, Rednecks!
You get over that mountain and it's just like a bunch of big people there.
Yeah. What's going on? That is a porch full of tires. Oh, wow. You're just flying the American flag and the Confederate flag. Interesting choice.
Porch full of tires is a fucking hilarious, like,
Especially
thing to try to
considering this is
picture.
a northern state.
Oh,
That's also a band name.
Band name. Yes,
Porch
I
full of
so
tires.
Full of tires.
So you were gonna say that.
Also, upon seeing that, you wonder, when did you buy your first tire?
Yeah, how do you keep
And
acquiring them?
when did you decide, I need many more?
I don't even see a car that they would go on. Are you stocking up for when the price of rubber inflates to where it's no longer...
There's a conspiracy theory behind that.
Oh, I'm sure there is. Tweet at us your porch tire conspiracy theories.
What do you think is a worse thing to accumulate in the hopes that it will eventually rot? Tires? Or like Furbies? Or like
Furbies?
Oh,
Yeah, like
no,
what-
like Beanie Babies.
Oh, Beanie Babies is
We'll do
better.
that.
Beanie Babies is better, yes.
Yeah.
Furbies.
Because, I mean, people did that, right? They did it for sure with Beanie Babies.
Yeah, for sure.
I think people were buying up Furbies too.
You hear, man? Obama's coming for our Furbies. I'm telling you.
Good thing I got my Furby that's shaped like a gun that's actually just a gun. I got the Glock Furby.
We're never going to talk about this episode.
So, Leela needs to be in a demolition derby to defend her honor.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the person that is ridiculing her, of course, is Futurama's everyman.
Oh, I forgot Sal was in
Sal.
this.
Yes.
Oh, if you aren't aware, Sal is the Staten Island Luke who does every blue-collar job in the universe.
Yes. Did many, many episodes performing many different jobs. Fulfilling many roles.
And again, I'm going to come back to Simpsons time and again. He's their Gil, in a way.
He's a much more competent Gil. Or like, what's his name? Raphael. He's the kind of like, talks like this, and he does every job in Futurama.
Mm-hmm.
Or in The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's his name.
About. There's a number of those in Simpsons. Lindsay Naegle.
Oh, God, who's the Asian one?
Cookie Kwan.
Cookie Kwan, yes.
You got your squeaky voice teen.
Mr. Johansson, it happened again.
I don't know anything about Simpsons.
I know.
Sorry.
So he's Futurama's all-purpose.
Yeah, he's their. There is a lot of that carries over.
They need a garbage man or a tow truck driver.
Yeah. So what is Zoidberg then? You like the Barney of the Futurama universe?
Well, wait, what's the doctor's name?
Hibbert.
Dr. Nick.
Dr. Nick.
Dr. Nick. He's the Dr. Nick.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, he is in, after they wreck the ship, this is a good Zoidberg bit, because their distraction to keep the professor from realizing that they completely fucked up the Planet Express ship.
Yeah. Well, because they do win. They win the demolition.
Yeah.
Air quotes, win. They destroyed the Planet Express ship, but their distraction is Zoidberg on a big exercise ball juggling torches.
Yeah.
Because that's just a thing.
It's just asking for trouble when you're the way that you're disguising the ship is with a cloth curtain that it basically looks like a shower curtain with the Planet Express ship on it, and Zoidberg is fucking around with some flaming.
Look at me! Look at me! Look at me!
Yeah,
don't look at me!
Of course, he's gonna catch the fucking thing on fire, but. Luckily, the professor's so fucking senile that he doesn't even realize it until he picks up the fuel gauge. That's what he's mad about. He doesn't know that the ship has been destroyed. He's mad that they used fuel.
That's a good point. He does not give a shit at all that they wrecked.
Well, because he can't see
it.
He can't see it because of his botched laser eye surgery.
So he's nearsighted because he picks up the gauge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gauge.
Yeah.
He also has basically microscopes for glasses.
Yeah. I do want to mention real quick that what were some of the vehicles in the Demolition Derby? We had the Lego one.
Yeah, there's the garbage truck that Sal has.
Yeah.
Like a lunar lander.
Oh, yeah, there was a lunar lander.
Oh,
surprisingly well.
Yeah,
it was
the
on
Apollo
top, just smashing down. Yeah.
And George Takei's
that was fucking hilarious.
What miniature Enterprise ship?
Yeah.
Killing Scott Bakula.
Yes. Yeah. What was which show was Bakula captain on?
I have no idea.
It's like Generation. No, that's a movie. Star Trek. What was it?
So there's not Voyager.
Star Trek Sequest B.
There's so many things wrong with that statement.
Scott Bakula was amazing in Unnecessary Roughness.
Look, we don't know Star Trek.
I don't. I pretended for a while that I did.
Yeah. As was brought out when we did Where No Fan Has Gone Before.
I admit
Yeah.
I had been lying about my Star Trek fandom. For a long time, I lied about it.
This is what we're getting back into with the nerd culture, where you lie about being a fan of Star Trek.
That's true. That you lie about liking Star Trek to fit in.
No, I actually just did it to annoy them because they like Star Wars, and I would always say Star Trek's better. They would get angry and make me laugh.
Equally stupid reasons.
Right.
But Bender has somehow gotten in on a D&D game, even though he has no imagination.
Well, but he's incredibly sad that he doesn't have an imagination. Like, he wants one desperately.
Yeah, but
But he does make fun of the children.
I would counter that he's not sad, that he has been challenged.
Oh?
And
What's
that
that-
he
what's
has
that?
to protect his pride.
Well, because initially he's like chastising the kids for, having peanut butter on their face and being ass deep in a folding chair, I believe he said. And he's just making fun of them. But I think, yeah, you're right. I think it is a challenge because they sort of present this game to him in a way that, like, he can't fully understand it, I guess. Yeah, he does take it as a challenge, but he also cries.
well, my issue is how he managed to get included in it in the first place. Because the kids, it's Dwight and it's Hubert and other children that we've never seen before or since.
Dwight, Hubert, the one that's voiced by Lauren.
Yeah, there's an Asian kid.
What's her name? Lauren Tom?
Lauren Tom, who does Amy.
Right, and it's just Amy's voice.
Yeah,
Dwight.
like a higher register maybe.
I don't even
why
think
did they
it's that.
choose to include Bender in the first place? They know he's a robot with no imagination who drinks and smokes caustically. Why is he in a Dungeons and Dragons game?
It's fair. Imagine, you're playing Monopoly with your friends, and your drunk uncle walks in and says, "This game sucks, all you kids suck." You say, "Sit down and join us." Probably not.
$100 on the table says you don't get a hotel on Boardwalk.
Right. Just, your hearts of children.
Just innocence.
Yeah.
All right. I'll chalk it up to that. Yeah, that'll work.
Well, for real, what is Bender even doing before that? Like, he just waltzes in there?
Walks in.
I mean, what does Bender ever really do for the company? Besides being the chef, which he's very bad at.
He is very bad, yeah.
Unless,
I don't know what he does.
Unless his food is laced with LSD, which is just fantastic.
Oh, that was so strange. Remember when we did that?
Yeah.
We did that podcast, like, was that the... Oh, it was like a week after I did acid for the first time. Yeah, that was weird.
Have you done acid since then?
I have not.
Oh. Well, I know what we're doing later. There was a few weeks back, I had done acid the night before, and was still I was like coming down. I had also
I remember
done
when you got here. I was like, "So how are you feeling?" Because you looked a little rough, and you were like, "I'm hungover. I'm still a little bit drunk, and I think I'm still tripping a little bit on acid."
I was. That was a rough night, and that next day I was coming down off several other narcotics, but was still a little bit on acid. So that's a great time to do a podcast.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
But this is when Leela gets fitted with a shock collar.
Oh, that's right. Because she's being a little bit aggressive and unable to control her anger.
But it shocks her when she has like fits of rage,
swearing,
and perversion of sexual
Justin,
nature.
do you have them memorized, each and every one of them?
Yeah, I mean, I have the same amount of collar, so I read the manual.
Perfect.
Yeah. Age 14 to 18.
Did Did you also get the collar at Office Depot?
I think Staples had it.
Oh, nice.
I comparison shop and I had a Staples coupon.
I just throw it on whenever I go to work, and that keeps me from murdering and or swearing or sexually fantasizing about my coworkers.
Good for keeping down the urges.
Yeah. But that was the last one, because there's a beat in there where it's just blank, and then it shocks Leela. What the hell was her in that situation? What was her sexual perversion?
I think it's just when someone says, don't think about sexual perversions, the first thing you think of is a sexual perversion.
Think on sexy thoughts. Think on sexy thoughts.
Exactly.
Think on sexy thoughts.
He mentions it.
You don't want to know what I'm thinking about right now.
So the question is...
Happy birthday, Mr. Michael.
So the question is, what specifically is Leela's sexual thought?
Yeah, well...
Gotta be Zoidberg related.
No, she's disgusted by Zoidberg. She hates him.
You say you haven't been attracted to people you find disgusting? What about Tanya Harding?
When I was like 12 and saw her on TV. No, but I'm trying to think of like who does Leela find attractive? I mean, she slept with Zap Brannigan, but she hates his guts.
Right.
She doesn't seem to give a shit about Fry yet at this point.
You're right, it's Kif.
It's not Kif. Oh, by the way, no Kif in this movie.
Yeah, we got zero Kif.
Or Zap even.
This is
why this is the worst movie.
Here's my final answer. Guilty pleasure, Sal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Leela's got a wide on for Sal.
A wide on?
That is horrendous.
I know.
I don't even know if I understand it.
You've got some growing up to do.
Oh, shit.
When two people love each other very much.
What's your next note?
We have some Scary Door in this episode.
Oh, I love Scary
The
Door.
Twilight Zone, yeah.
Wait, how are your scut scripts going on for your Scary Door?
I've completely stopped working on those.
God damn it, you need to do that.
I'm trying to do now, because we're in November, beginning of November that we're recording this, I'm trying to do another NaNoWriMo month, where I'm going to try to write a 50,000 word novel in the month of September. And it's not going great.
Jesus.
That's a lot of words.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Just because I am just... I'm so depressed and I need a distraction.
What is it called? NaNoWriMo?
National Novel Writing Month.
Oh. I thought it was like a fantasy character that you made up.
That will be my Dungeons and Dragons character. I am NaNoWriMo of the Forest Realm! The pen is mightier than the sword. Fuck, somebody else take over right now.
I was about to just say the penis mightier.
The penis mightier.
Yeah,
That's,
because when you said the pen is mightier, SNL, Sean Connery, whatever.
I'm really glad you're here right now. Anything about the Scary Door? All I have is the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh, I mean, every Scary Door is fucking hilarious. I love them so much. The narrator seems so genuine, but it's just such a stupid story. Aliens are attacking, their guns, their rifles, their bullets don't work against aliens anymore because they all have laser beam guns or whatever. But then the narrator is just out of the blue, he's just they're all crashing.
Well, some bumpkin.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, he's not the narrator, but the country bumpkin. They all started crashing.
And then you get the Rod Serling voiceover.
That's a killer Rod Serling impression.
It is. I wonder who does that.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's gotta be...
But then, it sounds as though there's gonna be, a really cool explanation for, I immediately went to, War of the Worlds or something where, they put something in the blood. Yeah. But no, it turns out that the reason why all of the saucers are crashing Because a Tyrannosaurus Rex is bashing them out of the sky.
What did they say, like nature's humblest creature?
Nature's humblest creature. And of course, just a loose T-Rex in, what is it, like northern New Jersey?
Yeah.
Where does War of the Worlds take place?
I think it's New Jersey.
Oh, is it really? Okay. I can't
Laurel,
remember.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Cool.
Yes!
Dead air.
That's gonna sound great.
That's where all your listeners shout the actual location.
No!
They're fucking pissed off at us.
Yeah.
It was Kansas, you assholes!
I don't think we have
we have listeners.
We have people who download it and tolerate the episode.
Well, it's this or Marin, so...
The diehard Futurama fans that download your podcast because they can only become sexually aroused by rage.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder how many people do, like, weird, like, dungeon sex to our podcast.
Ooh, that's interesting.
They're just like, all I want is Amy. And they just...
If you've ever had dungeon sex while listening to our podcast, hashtag dungeon sex. Tweet at us. Let us know.
So, Carlton, let us know how that dungeon sex is going.
Our one cool listener. Yeah.
Well, Carlton's the only one who emails us in with, like, really funny stuff. Usually we just get, like, garbage that's just like, your podcast, I can't listen, I don't speak English.
Maybe we should do an episode in Spanish.
Okay.
Does anyone here speak Spanish?
Manzana.
Yeah. I pretend that I do.
Okay.
I have a degree in it, and I haven't used it for a while.
Alright. You got me beat.
El
In
Gato.
high school.
Donde está el gato?
Mostly what I know is names of foods.
Oh.
Food and cat. That's about it.
Manzana.
It's apple.
Oh, very good.
Thank you, Duolingo. Please sponsor us.
Please, we beg you.
You know, I have to interrupt you for a minute because I got to tell you about this Casper mattress I just got.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a Lisa mattress man myself. Get that Casper bullshit
The
out
best
of
part about both of those, their websites operate with Squarespace.
Nice.
Do you guys want to take a quick ad break and then we'll get back into this probably when Dave shows up?
Sure.
All right. We'll be right back.
Of course.
Hi, this is the crew from the Planet Express Delivery Podcast.
Hello.
We are just, this is a commercial break. This is a commercial break.
This is a commercial break.
But we'd like to inform you, if you'd like to support the show, we do have several ways that you can do that. The one in particular that we are going to tell you about today, I'm going to pass this off to James right now because he has all the information, but he will tell you right now.
Yeah, I'm the one who owns a computer.
Exactly.
Okay. So
The instructions, the notes that you have there look very simple, though. It just says, send vodka.
It says send vodka.
Yeah, to support us.
Yes, just support us. Please send vodka to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We'll find it. Don't worry.
Sure.
We always do.
But if you want a more direct way to support the show, we do have a merch store through the site TeePublic, who we're affiliated with. If you would like, go to our website, planetexpresspod.podbean.com. Click on the link in the episode description, and that'll take you directly to our merch page. Once you're there, we have dozens of designs for you to choose from. You pick the design you want, pick out t-shirt, hoodie, mug, laptop case, stickers, other things that I'm probably forgetting right now.
No, that's a lot. I didn't realize we had that much even.
Oh, no.
But that's awesome. Now I'm going to go and check it out. Because
I'm going to go buy
want-
some as well.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I will as well.
I think this sounds fantastic.
Okay, guys, you pushed that a little too far. I was trying to make it fun for everyone. Now it's not.
This is the funnest thing I've ever heard.
Actually,
Now,
forget this plug. We're going to buy our own merch
We're
right
buying merch. Also, though, that is not the only way you can support us. As always, we do want to hear from you on our Facebook page and on all the places you can listen to our show, Podbean being our flagship.
You could maybe rate us on iTunes.
Oh, yeah.
Which would be nice of you to
yes. We love hearing from, and we do have email addresses, which we'll give at the end of the show.
But any support that you guys can throw at the show is much appreciated. We are a completely DIY endeavor, and we did not expect the show to be even as big as it is, whatever modicum of success we've been able to achieve.
Yeah, I don't think we can measure it at any, not at this point.
But if you want, please do leave us a review in the iTunes store and check out our merch page on TeePublic. Again, go to planetexpresspod.podbean.com to click the link that will lead you there. And everything goes right back into supporting the show. We do not get paid for this.
No, we do not.
We lose money every episode that we do.
Technically, we'd all be bankrupt right now.
We're not, you're not already?
No, I have not filed.
I am fully in the red.
Well, that explains why our studio looks like shit.
Hey, fuck you.
I've changed my identity 6 times since we started this show.
All right, so yes, if you need any more information, there is an email address we'll give at the end of the show, and please send us money.
Just loose money.
Loose change. We love it.
Sacagawea dollars.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I started drinking this.
Good. Oh, you're gonna be so much fun at Shady's later.
Almost as fun, and speaking of bad jokes, as the guy who told us the terrible fucking joke last night.
Oh, God.
Out of nowhere, we seem to attract Shady's moments.
What is this?
This drunk, I have no idea where he came from.
I don't even remember the joke, but it was just the punchline was like something like what it was like, what do women smell like?
No. It was, what does a blind man say when he walks past the fish market?
Okay, what? I don't even.
There's no punchline that can make this joke okay.
And that is exactly what I was just going. This is not gonna fucking be okay.
Well, we all stared at him, and he's like got his arm around me. He's like, you don't get it. I was like, I get it. It's not fucking funny, dude. And then he just like walked away, and they immediately told it to some other stranger.
Yeah, but at that point, he's yelling it in the bar, and
Yeah.
like our table is just like, fuck, like. It's gonna sound like we just told him to say that joke to these people.
It was me, Dave, and Daryl. Daryl was like drunk, falling off of the stool, and Patricia.
Yeah. Oh, Daryl was shit house by the time I left.
We had to tell him at least 4 or 5 times.
He was sleeping.
Yeah. No, he was sleeping when I was there. I left around like 10. He was already asleep in his chair. And it's like, Daryl, you're gonna be okay, buddy. You live right next to me.
All right,
mumble.
let's get through this.
I'm going to let you guys carry this because I showed up late and...
Yeah, well, we should introduce our new guest, David. How are you?
You actually,
what's going on?
You've been replaced
by
Justin.
Okay, well, that gives me a little more free time. I'm all right with that. Hey. I still, am CEO and partial creator of this podcast, so...
I thought your mom was our CEO.
Technically, yes, she is.
Yeah.
But I just kind of like to lie about it.
You're the puppet.
Yes. Shadow organization behind me.
Speaking of mom.
Nice mom bill.
See, this is what we were missing. You weren't here, so Justin's here to keep us on track.
I like it. I like it. We need to be on more shows.
Someone's got to do it.
All right, so yes, speaking of
Mom is evil again, and the professor has realized it for, the 3rd time?
Yeah.
We've gotten past all the flashbacks.
So can we hash out the physics of this dark matter energy
We should.
conundrum?
I
I don't know if I missed something or if it's just... So there's this cube that there's some sort of quantum entanglement with all of the dark matter in the universe.
Well, it's a dodecahedron.
Right, the dodecahedron. So the dodecahedron is a source of infinite energy, correct?
I believe so.
But it is entangled with the dark matter, so anyone in possession of dark matter can harness the energy.
Yeah, that all checks out.
Just want to get on a page.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dark matter in itself does not contain energy. It is only because of its connection with the crystal.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, tiny space mammals with third eyes produce dark matter from their anuses.
Right.
So,
Yeah. I mean, how do you poop?
generally, I don't look and see if there's a fucking big pile of dark matter.
Really? I'm in there every day with a potato masher, just like, maybe it's diamonds this time.
What you're eating, man.
Mostly moon rocks.
So, you
Also,
said...
that's the name of my memoir, Mostly Moon Rocks.
Good band names.
Yep.
Alright, so wait. So Fry sees Bender going crazy, and so Fry goes to have like a heart-to-heart conversation with Bender,
Yeah.
right? And Bender's away from the Dungeons and Dragons game at the moment. He's like in the kitchen or something. And Fry sort of like very, genuinely and sweetly tells Bender that he's worried for him because he thinks he's spending a little bit too much time playing Dungeons and Dragons. And he's worried that he's going to kill himself. Bender seemingly takes the advice to heart like that. Immediately, Bender's like, Fry, I understand what you're saying, I appreciate what you're telling me, and I'm done with that game, I'm not going to play it again. By the way,
I'm off to slay the dragon!
and he puts a pot on his head and he jumps out the window. And then he has a fight with a robot prostitute.
Not any robot prostitute. The transsexual robot
Oh,
prostitute.
okay. Well, and he has a sword and he tries to hit her, but she stops him. And she's like, honey, you couldn't afford this, or whatever.
What he says, it's like, let's cross swords.
Yes, yeah.
It's just
yeah.
a fucking terribly funny joke.
We should mention Mom's three sons getting onto back onto Mom because they're owl exterminators.
They are. Yes. And those owls are so cute.
And the professor has one that he has like trained or tamed.
Do you think it's his own owl, or do you think he picked up an owl that they brought in?
I mean,
wondered
I
the
don't
same
think you
thing.
could tame a loose owl. I think that's been
So
the
he
work
had
for
an
a
owl in
while.
the back pocket.
He's the professor. He
But
can do anything.
I thought that they had a prior owl infestation.
Well, they do. I mean, in one of the earlier episodes, like owls seem to be like a major pest in this universe, anyway. So, like when they come to the door and they're like, "Oh, we're exterminators," they don't specify. And Fry's like, "Exterminate what?" He like rattles off a few like random pests. I can't remember what they were.
Oh, yeah.
Does he do that? I don't
He
think-
does.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I can't
All
think
right.
of one.
Okay, but then, so Fry just turns around and faces the other direction. He's like looking for owls, and then he turns back around, because the three sons of Mom, Ignore and whoever, they're arguing and hitting each other in the face with the ladder as they turn around.
I was gonna say, just call them what they are, the Three Stooges.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. but Fry turns back around to face them, and he's like, I looked over there for a very long time, and I didn't see any owls, and then, like, the bag spills out, and they're everywhere.
But yeah, that leads in. This is actually one of my. This might have a lot to do. Okay, who here is a fan?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Well, which incarnation?
the one with
Larry Mulcahy.
yeah,
at least.
yes, exactly.
Larry Moe Curly, but the Shemp is also
Well, Suds is our Shem.
Suds is our Shemp.
I'm Curly Joe or nothing.
Yo, God, you can leave. There's the door.
But Fry walks in and he sees Amy and Leela are sitting on the couch, and he makes this like comment. Oh, those three exterminators, they're hilarious. But the comment that they make, I've heard this before from actually one of my sister-in-law said basically the same thing. I don't see it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Now, Sex in the City, that's
Yeah.
funny.
yeah. But that kind of leads us. Are the Stooges, as I'm going to refer to them, are they wandering around the Planet Express building at this
Yeah,
point?
they're poking each other in the eye around the Planet Express building until they find the dodecahedron.
Well, so did I.
Yeah.
D12.
Well,
and tried to steal it. And this is where I got into, the professor has like a falconeer. He has the owl just on his arm. He's just like, exterminate this owl. But he like sicks it on the Stooges.
Yeah.
what do you flies right?
Do you remember the Falconer? Who was a Wolf character?
No, I don't remember that.
It's fucking hilarious. He's just this crazy wilderness dude who trains Falcon. It's Will Forte.
He's the same guy as with Gruber.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is an incredibly stupid but wonderful movie.
Oh, it's amazing. They're making a sequel.
Are they?
Yeah. Wait, what was the villain's name? It was like something Von Kunt.
Yeah, Kung.
Yeah.
Played by Val Kilmer.
Yes.
Of all people.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
Why not?
It was blown off in the explosion.
So this might be non sequitur, but can I bring up a thing that I thought about when they're playing Dungeons and Dragons? So when we in our world play Dungeons and Dragons, we sort of go back to this medieval realm, and that's kind of the convention of it. Do you think that far in the future, when they play Dungeons and Dragons, they're still going back to a medieval time, or would they be looking back to say
Our
time,
maybe? Yeah, I see.
and they would be, quote, freedom fighters in Iraq.
Oh, God.
You've just opened a whole lot of doors here, sir.
It's a very good question, though.
Well, when you hear them talking, obviously it is Dungeons and Dragons, but you might have a point. Like, the terminology they're using is very similar.
Well, this is going back to, like, I don't have that expansive a knowledge of Dungeons and Dragons, but, like, do you ever play a quest where you're, like, a crusader?
It's not really history in that way, but it's like in the same way that like Game of Thrones or like Lord of the Rings, being in a fantasy world whose technology is comparable probably to a very definite human period.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just wondering, how many years in the future is this? 1,000?
Yes. Yeah.
1,000 years in the future, will they still be looking that far back, or will they be nostalgic for 1,000 years ago?
Will they have machine guns in Dungeons and Dragons?
Exactly.
All right. That's a fair point.
I
I mean, we don't get to see that role of the Die of Power, but maybe it is like 4 is an assault rifle.
Right.
Going to like even more basic, real Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, for sure.
I can say.
Yes. We're still referencing it in Stranger Things.
I just think like, will the context change?
Yeah. Well, yeah, eventually, they'll forget about the Lord of the Rings type.
Like, it's not interesting to be like a warrior with a sword because we're so far beyond that. Like we don't play Dungeons and Dragons today, and we all pretend to be cavemen.
It'd be like little kids fighting. Like, you have a sword, I have a fucking machine gun.
Yeah. 1,000 years from now, when you can kill someone with an iPhone app,
Yeah.
will be
Yeah.
it'll just be like, you remember handguns?
This damn improvised explosive device is so unwieldy.
Dynamite. Is there anything you can't sell or blow up? Did we mention that Bender's in an insane asylum yet?
We didn't.
Well, now he does a few things prior to that, but I mean, it's all like goofy, I'm insane Bender. Scoops all of Nibbler's poop.
Yeah, he puts it in his chest. That's an important plot point.
Yeah. But that's
treasure.
Kind of funny joke with him and Hermes goes on there.
What happened?
He goes,
we all just watched it today.
Yeah.
He comes in and he's writing things that we don't remember.
Well, he goes, he says something in Old English, like, nighttime.
Nighttime?
Yeah, like, I don't know how to remember. Medieval time.
Middle English.
Middle English, thank you. Leprechaun, to some effect.
Not even close.
No, that's what he
He
says.
does call Nibbler a leprechaun.
Yeah, so he calls him a Nephilim leprechaun. He says, I'm stealing your treasure. And then you hear Hermes in the background go, he left a pile of treasure on the living room rug as well.
My cat has yet to poop any treasure, although there was a rubber band in there.
What?
Oh man, our cats love to eat the tinsel off of our Christmas tree, and so for the month of December, our litter box looks like a 1970s disco.
That's gotta be funny.
So whimsical.
She has been chewing on my aloe plants that I have in my apartment, and so it's like your insides must be so soothed right now.
Everything just slides right through.
You've just been ingesting aloe,
All that good goop.
and then just careens out of you like a canoe on the Niagara. Poop humor.
What's the diarrhea joke in this movie?
Oh
White
God,
Castle, that's
yeah.
later.
Oh, that's later. Yeah.
That's part two.
I hate that so much.
Are you just a diehard White Castle apologist, or what?
No, I just think well, we'll get into it more in
Yeah.
part two, but I hate the over-referencing that they do in Fantasy World. That's like so fucking stupid.
Okay, but just because you said that, I have to counter with the argument. I love the Morks.
Yeah, I'm on board
so
with Morks.
much. The Morks are fucking hilarious. The Morks.
Yeah, that's a really low.
Oh, I don't think
low
it's a
shot.
jab at anybody. I think it's just like, this is a hilarious character. We're gonna take it up to like the nth degree.
Well, no, it's a very unhilarious character, which is why they include it, because Mork and Mindy was not a good show.
There's a scent from the kitchen.
Whoa! Hey, it's me, Robin Williams, in the kitchen. Whoa.
That's the last thing that he says before they kill the last Mork.
Jasper. Oh,
Before Leela kills.
look at this cave. How about this cave? Oh, so many stalactites. Stalactites are stalagmites. Who can say?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just an excuse to have 20 layers of Robin Williams mumbling on top of each other, and I'm on board.
I still think, I don't know if we brought this up during the viewing or not, but do we know who does the voice of Robin Williams in this?
I think we questioned that while we were watching it, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I have no idea.
I kind of assume that Billy West can do anything.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Or actually.
Or Maurice LaMarche.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Might also. You know what he does? I'm actually going to put my money on Maurice LaMarche because he has that sort of hip cadence. It's like, no,
Change that up a little bit.
I can absolutely see Maurice doing Robin Williams. Like a bridge between Morbo and Kip.
Yeah.
Alright, I buy it.
But we got way into the second part here. Should we talk about the killbots at all?
Oh, the killbots are so stupid.
What did you say?
Hey, what's everyone talking about over here?
They're so ineffectual. They literally just shoot each other. They kill each other constantly.
What? It's a standing treadmill with a Gatling gun in its chest.
No, wait, did these have Gatling guns in their chests or on their arms? I thought it was
I think both. Because we see the killbots outside of Mom's snow compound have, like, arm cannons, but then the ones inside have chain guns in their chest compartment. So it's gotta be both. Like, they can't just make different models of killbots.
Why not? Generation 1, Generation 2.
It's like an iPhone.
Yeah, also, we see, the robot that Mom, whips with its own cord plugged into the wall because it's not mining fast enough or whatever.
Yeah. So they're just like,
And
there's interior and exterior killbots.
Well, we've talked before, because of a previous episode that we did not too long ago.
Have we talked before?
They make shitty robots for some reason on purpose from time to time.
Not all of them are shitty.
Not
I
all
agree
of
with
them.
you, but
But like someone built a fat robot.
and also in the Robot Olympics, or the Earth Olympiad,
Let's not get back to this.
all of the female
Can we not? Can
all
we
of the
avoid
female
this?
robot vendors can only bend coat hangers.
Now he's the one bringing it up.
Well, we'll get into sexism way more in part 2. But yeah, no, because they do build the different types of robots for different purposes and gendered them for some reason.
I would say maybe a killbot with a chest gun can also strangle a person. Killbot with arm guns cannot.
Alright, continue onwards while I Google machine.
Well, we're almost at the end of part 1 now. I think the last thing that I want to bring up is the Niblonians, because we find out that the source of all dark matter is not actually a mine, it's Niblonian poop. We already knew that Niblonian poop was dark matter, but now we know that's all only dark matter.
Yeah, which is, that in itself is weird to me, that they are the only source of this substance. I mean, we know now, recently, they've found, like, pockets of, like, dark matter in space.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so, did they not know that at the time, or were they just like, well, we're gonna write this off as just a one-note joke, or what?
I think it's still at this point, just a sci-fi phrase that keeps coming up. And like I've talked about the show Dark Matter on this before.
Yes.
And I will get you to watch it if it kills us all.
Oh, I saw season 1 with Dark Matter.
Good.
It was good.
Yeah.
Have they started rambling about random shows yet? I think that's my job.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think we did. We did, didn't we?
Well, yeah. See, you're the one that derails
What
us.
sci-fi phrase were you discussing?
Dark Matter.
I mean, it's been a theoretical
Oh.
concept since Einstein.
I mean, it's proven to exist now, but again, everything in science is a theory until you
The
develop
God
more.
particle.
I mean, if they make dark matter theoretically comes from the fact that the universe is expanding at a rate that is incongruous with the amount of matter we know to be in the universe. And so dark matter is just a name for the thing that we don't know what it is and we haven't found yet that is impeding the expansion of the universe.
You need to come on the show more. More.
That seems like a really smart thing to start to draw this episode to a close. So if anyone has a fart joke that they want to balance that out with,
I mean, I just am feeling gassy. I could just let
Yeah,
one
you
rip.
wanna
yeah,
light one up?
we'll do it as Andrew Dice Play.
How would you fart as Andrew Dice Clay? I don't
Hickory dickory dart. Guess what the next word is.
Alright. I'm not farting on the podcast.
Wait, you can't do it on cue?
No,
You're a
I
little
can't.
nervous over there?
Yeah, I'm getting a little gun shy over here.
Stage right here.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. We'll come back for part 2 soon.
Yeah, let's do. Justin, it's great to have you on. Do you want to plug some stuff while we get wrapped?
I guess fennecdesign.com. FENNEC design.com. Buy some shit.
Hell yeah. Cool. Follow me on Twitter at Gorilla Karate.
As always, you can follow me on Instagram at DeadWolfSal.
Mike Suds all over the place. Also, my band Florence and Libby is playing December 2nd at the Underground Bike Shop with a bunch of cool bands. Potentially one of Justin's bands if
Yes,
we
maybe.
can work it out. Which would be awesome. That would be cool. Other cool bands too, I think Aping and
You have the machine.
Yeah, we're done.
Hey, we're done over here.
Off you go, apparently.